welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel, and today we're going to be taking a look at some February polish pickup items. This month's theme is cute but deadly. The shop always opens on the first Friday of each month. This month, that is February 6th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and it'll be open through February 9th. The wish listing feature on the site always goes live the Sunday prior to the shop opening. This month, that is on February 1st. There's no set time for when the shop will be up and ready for preview and wish listing. It's just whenever they can get it ready. For me, usually it's sometime that evening, and I'm in the Eastern time zone. If you're not familiar with Polish Pickup, it's a monthly collaboration between a lot of different indie makers. They make a limited edition nail polish or product inspired by a voted upon theme. The Polish Pickup Pack Facebook group is kind of like the home base for all things Polish Pickup, so I will link that group down below. There are mostly beautiful limited edition nail polishes available on the Polish Pickup site, but there are lots of other items available too, so make sure to check it out. In today's video, I'll be live swatching some items for the upcoming shop. We'll be taking a look at them as full hand swatches and a variety of lightings as well. I'll give you all my thoughts and then wrap up with favorites and a blind sniff of this month's KBShimmer Sugar Scrub at the end. And a little disclaimer, if I seem off at all, I am recovering from the flu. My daughter and I were both hit really hard with it this year, so I'm trying to keep the energy up. All right, we have some beautiful items to look at today, so let's go ahead and get into the swatches. First up from KBShimmer, we have Fear Me If You Dare. This one's described as being an emerald to teal to blue to purple multi-chrome shimmery base with a strong orange magnetic effect pigment that flashes gold and red. It's going to be $13 and will not have a cap. This one had a great formula. It was very smooth, even, and easy to work with. When you apply it as a regular polish without the magnet, it just kind of, you can't really tell what color it is. There's just so much going on there. What I did was 2 thin coats and then applied a 3rd coat and magnetized that one. And in 3 coats, regardless of how I magnetized, I did have full opacity, and I imagine most would. So this is the finished result after holding the magnet for 30 seconds, and just wait. I mean, this polish has an entire rainbow. Pointer and pinky are magnetized with a bar magnet. Middle and ring show what it looks like with a velvet effect, and then thumb here is unmagnetized. I guess you get mostly green with like some flashes of red when you leave it unmagnetized, but believe me, you are going to want to magnetize this one. Look at all of those colors. What? It is wild. This polish makes me smile so dang big. I cannot actually wait to put it on again. It just has so many different colors, so many different shifts. At every angle you feel like you're wearing something different. That was what it looks like in studio lighting, and then here's what it looks like in some overcast natural lighting. I'm near a window. It's just, this is incredible. I am pretty not up to magnetizing polishes when I'm wearing them for fun because I just don't have the time, but this one is worth the time. It is spectacular. Next up from by Dany Vianna, we have Mistletoe. This one has a sheer green jelly base with iridescent green flakes and white satin dots. It's going to be $14 and will be capped at 400 bottles. Mistletoe had a great formula. True to description, it has a very jelly base. Super squishy and jelly, but that aside, I didn't have any issue getting the flakes and dots out on my nail. They built up really well, and I felt like in 3 coats, I got what I saw in the bottle. I did still have quite a bit of visible nail line, and I imagine everyone will. If that's not your thing, I am going to show you what it looks like layered over a similar colored base, like a chartreusey yellowy green cream. But in 3 coats, this is what it looks like. I didn't have to fish for those circle glitters. They came out easily and evenly on the nails, and lots of flaky buildup with this one too. So this is 3 coats with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. I would recommend a glitter smoother for this one just because those circle glitters are on the larger side. Here on my thumb is what it looks like in 1 coat over a yellowy green cream. It's beautiful that way. That's probably how I would personally wear it, but I might wear it like in 2 coats over an opaque cream because I love the pond effect you get with those flakies, and I want as many of them on my nails as I can get. This one especially stunned me in natural lighting. That's what you're seeing here. Those flakies are super shiny, they're very dimensional, and they kind of remind me of like broken fragments of stained glass. They're just very reflective and shiny. This polish was beautiful. And I love how much it reflected the maker's inspiration photo of Mistletoe. Like with those little white circle glitters, I totally see that in this polish. Oh, look at that. Those flakies are gorgeous. Next up from Tyler's Trinkets, we have Radi-yum. This one is a green tinted shimmer base packed with various black and neon green glitters, scattered lime, hollow glitter, and green glow-in-the-dark pigment. This one's going to be $13 and will be capped at 300 bottles. This one had a beautiful formula. If you've worked with Tyler's Trinkets Crowleys before, it's very consistent with what I've used from that maker in the past. Just really even. The glitters spread themselves out really well, and there was such a nice mix of like larger glitters and smaller glitters. I thought about leaving it in 2 coats, but I did build it up to a third, and I was happy I did. I just feel like that gave me a little bit of a stronger punch with that base color, and of course increased the pond effect with those glitters too. So this is 3 coats with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. This is another one I would recommend a glitter smoother with. There are just a lot of them, a lot of glitters in here, and you're gonna get that smooth glass-like shine if you add a glitter smoother before your glossy top coat. So here in bright lighting, you get a nice twinkle, a soft, subtle twinkle from the holographic glitters in here, and then in lower lighting, it just feels like it glows in the dark without fully being in the dark. You'll see as I take my hand away from the window, like, don't you feel like you already see the bottle glowing? It is very reactive to soaking in that sun, soaking in that UV lighting. Like, look at that, it's glowing already. I did hold a UV flashlight over it for 30 seconds, and this was the finished result. Super bright green glow from this. And next up from All Mixed Up Lacquers, we have, yay, I'm gonna barf. And this one is a neon green base with gold shimmer. It's gonna be $13.50 and will be capped at 300 bottles. This one had a surprisingly nice formula. I was expecting it to be pretty patchy on that first coat just with how vibrant and bright the base is, but it was very easy to work with. It smoothed out and got pretty even in 2. I almost left it at 2 coats, but I felt like I could see just a little bit of patchiness there, so I did go in for a third, and I think that was a good call. I think it brightened up a little bit more on that 3rd coat as well. So this is 3 coats with a glossy top coat. It's this intensely vibrant green base that I would never expect to see released in a winter polish pickup shop, and I love that. This one put a big smile on my face. It's just so dang in your face. I had no visible nail line with this one. If I did, it was super minimal. So I would say 3 coats should suit most unless your nails are very, very long. And the shimmer in here is on the finer side, but it was pretty bold for a fine shimmer. It's very vibrant, especially in brighter lighting, but you can even see like a soft glow in lower lighting too. Next up from Cadillacquer, we have Child of the Ocean. This one is a turquoise when cold to white when warm thermal, packed with pink to orange to yellow shimmer. It's going to be $14.50 and will be capped at 630 bottles. This one had that classic smooth Cadillacquer formula. If you've used their polishes before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It pretty much applied itself. It looked great in 2 coats, but I always build my thermals up to 3 because even if they are opaque or they seem to be opaque in 2 coats in their darker cold state, on that third coat, I can usually see some visible nail line when it's warm. So I built it up to 3. You can see it's already starting to transition. It transitioned really quickly. This is kind of the colder state. And then here's what it looks like once it warmed up. You can see a little bit of that gradient there on the tips of my nails. They're pretty short right now, so you can't see a whole lot of it, but I am going to show you what it looks like in both states. So this is 3 coats with the glossy top coat. In its cold state, that gorgeous bright turquoise base is so stunning, and the shimmer is in your face. It is very bold. Most of the time I got that beautiful pink you're seeing, but at extreme angles I could see copper and gold with this one. Here's what it looks like in its middle state, like kind of in between as it's switching from that blue to the more milky white warm state. And I thought this was really pretty too, seeing that gradient effect. I thought both states looked really pretty together. And then here's what it looks like once it warmed up a little bit. You can still see that shimmer is super punchy when it's in that milky white base color. This one did have a little bit of visible nail line for me in both states, but it was especially obvious when it was warmed up. In that white state I could see some V&L, so if that's not your thing, you may want to pair this with a blurring base coat. And then here's what it looks like all the way warmed up except for the tips of my nails in some more natural lighting. You can see that shimmer just kind of takes over, especially when it's warm. Next up from Bluebird Lacquer, we have this may sting a little. This one is a cobalt blue jelly with red to orange to yellow shifting metallic flakies, orange to green to yellow iridescent flakies, and a little bit of hollow bar glitter. It's going to be $13.50 and will be capped at 400 bottles. This one was also so satisfying on application. It just has a really squishy jelly base that starts off kind of sheer but builds up nicely in 3 coats to a rich cobalt blue that matches what you see in the bottle. In 3 coats, I did have a little bit of visible nail line, and I imagine it would be more prominent if your nails are longer, but honestly there's so much going on in the polish that it's not super noticeable. So this is 3 coats shown here with a glossy top coat. This one was a really fun polish. I love that the components are so small and crushed that you still get a whole lot of the base color. It doesn't feel like the flakies or bar glitters like consume the polish. They just add some additional sparkle and color. It was a really fun and funky combination, and I'm always down for a cobalt blue. I love swatching, wearing, buying cobalt blues because I feel like it's a polish color I can wear any season. Maybe I don't wear them too often in spring, but winter, fall, summer, love a cobalt all the time. And check this one out in lower lighting. The flakies really take over. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? And the hollow bar glitter too. So cute. Next up from Cuticula, we have Crown of Thorns. This one's a purple jelly base with glowy pink shimmer and blue to green shifting glass flakes. It's going to be $13.50 and there is no cap. This one had a great formula. It was really smooth, even, easy to work with. I think I missed a shot there of me applying the second coat, so I apologize. I think I re-went and applied it, but anyway. So this one is going to need 3 coats for maximum flaky payoff and also just to amp up the base color for it. 2 coats looked nice, but 3 coats got me full opacity. So I would recommend 3 coats across the board for this. So here are 3 coats with a glossy top coat. This one is another one that just was so incredible in how it reflected the inspiration photo. It's inspired by a deadly starfish named the Crown of Thorns, and I feel like Amanda executed that inspiration in such an incredible way with this polish and with her flaky magic. It's so pretty. I think this is probably gonna be a very popular pick this month, so I'm grateful it doesn't have a cap. I just know so many of you love this tone of purple, like these rich, cool based purples, and I've really started loving them too. And these flakies are so glowy, like in every lighting, but especially in lower lighting. Look at that. Oh, they pop so well. Next up from Sassy Sauce Polish, we have Queen of Denial. This one is a thermal polish that's a beautiful espresso brown when cold to a deep cinnamon when warm with a copper gold to pink shimmer and black flakes. It's going to be $13.50 and will be capped at 500 bottles. This one was another great formula, kind of jelly leaning in the base and not super opaque on the first coat. And I'm grateful for that because that allows the shimmer and flakies to pop and to have a pond effect once you build it up. Just like with the previous thermal we looked at, even though it looks opaque on that second coat, I did build it up to 3 just to make sure I couldn't see my visible nail line in its warmer, lighter state. And this is 3 coats. Look at that shimmer. I love seeing it glow against that chocolatey brown base. I felt like this one was very unique. So this is 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Again, the shimmer just pops surprisingly well against that darker base. I did not think it was going to be quite as glowy on the nails, but it is very pretty. I love the addition of the black flakes too. They just add some nice soft dimension when this is in its colder state, which you're seeing here, but in the warmer state, they really, really pop. So here is what that looks like when it warms up. It's described as being like a cinnamon, but it's like this caramely browny orange. I was so shocked. I don't know that I've ever swatched a thermal that has that brown to like orangey transition, and I was not expecting it. I was like, whoa. So in the warmer state, the flakes pop a lot more and the shimmer kind of takes the back seat. It's a really fun transition, and I think it would look so good on longer nails where you get that gradient with the colder state on the tips and then the warmer state on your nail plate. Anyway, this is 3 coats in the cold state in some natural lighting. Next up from Coloristic Hero, we have She's Sweet, I Swear. And this one is a multi-chrome shade that shifts between red, pink, gold, green, and purple. It's packed with ultra chrome chameleon flakes, and when magnetized, it reveals a bold green, red, and copper shift. It's going to be $13.75 and will be capped at 450 bottles. So this one was kind of unassuming in the bottle. I wasn't sure what it was going to look like once it was magnetized, but anyway, I applied 2 coats as normal, applied a 3rd coat and magnetized that with a bar magnet and had full opacity. It revealed kind of like a blackened kind of brownie base and showed off those ultra chrome chameleon flakies really well, and then pulled a strong red, copper, gold, green line. And then there's it feels like there's like shimmer in the background too. So this is 3 coats here. Pointer and pinky are with a bar magnet, middle and ring show what it looks like with the velvet effect, and thumb is unmagnetized. It's really pretty unmagnetized. It's just a super shifty multi-chrome, but to really show off those flakes, I think my favorite way to magnetize this one is with a bar magnet. You just get so much shift between the flakes, between the multi-chrome pigment. It's stunning. And I don't know what kind of magnetic pigment this is, but it felt like I guess it's the multi-chrome quality. It felt very, very shiny, and I really liked the particle size. I feel like it caught the light just perfectly. Next up from Knees Lacquer, we have Flower Power. This one is an olivey green base with smooth pink magnetic shimmer, and it's going to be $14 with no cap. This one had a really nice, even jelly formula. It was so even and smooth on that first coat that I think if you like layering your polishes, if you wanted to preserve this and layer it over an opaque cream or something, that it would layer really, really well. But 2 coats looked great. 3 coats got me full opacity. When I magnetized in 3 coats, I maybe had a little bit of visible nail line. It wasn't super noticeable, but it was there. So I think longer nail lengths will definitely have some more prominent VNL with this in 3 coats. I did have full opacity when I used the velvet effect, but when I used the bar magnet, it pulled that magnetic pigment inward and showed off my VNL underneath the jelly base. So this is 3 coats with a glossy top coat, middle and ring finger with the velvet effect, pointer and pinky show the cat eye effect, and my thumb is unmagnetized. I actually thought this was so beautiful, unmagnetized. I personally would wear it this way, but if I had to choose a magnetic effect preference, velvet all the way for me. When polishes that are magnetics don't have like something extra in them that need to be shown off, like flakies or glitters, I always opt for the velvet effect. I just think it looks so cool, and it looks really plush with this type of magnetic pigment. It's on the finer side and it's just very sparkly, and I love seeing that dynamic shift between that brownie olivey base and all of the shifts in the magnetic pigment. It's just described as being like a pink magnetic pigment, but you can see here there's more to it than that. Pink, copper, gold, green, I think are probably the shifts. It was really pretty. Next up from Moonshine Manny, we have Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. This one is a black jelly filled with gold to orange to red iridescent micro flakies and a variety of cerulean, pink, orange, and red glitters. It's going to be $14 and will be capped at 600 bottles. This one had a nice formula, definitely leaned jelly in the base, and didn't have full coverage, even coverage on that first coat, but did start to deepen up and even out on the second coat, and then on the third coat was fully opaque and completely even application-wise. I don't feel like it was the formula either that was making it uneven. I feel like it was more my brush. So this is 3 coats, fully opaque, completely even across the board, and what a fun mix of like flakies and glitters in here. This one's inspired by the characters of Pac-Man, which I think is such a cute inspo, and I totally see it in this polish, and I just think it's such a unique combination of colors and components. Like the white glitters really pop. I love seeing that flash of red and gold, and I'm always down for a black based polish. I just think they're so fun and edgy, and this one has like a little bit of whimsy to it as well. And I don't know that I said, but this is 3 coats with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. I would say glitter smoother would be optional on this. It does contain glitter, but there's not a lot of it in here, and it's not super large where you need to smooth it out. I just felt like that extra glitter smoother plumped it out, glossed it out, and made it even more beautiful. Next up from Painted Polish, we have Bat Behavior. This one features a super sparkly mix of holographic galaxy glitters, gold and silver reflective glitters, as well as black and red flakies in a clear base. This one's going to be $13 and will not have a cap. This one had a great formula, especially for being so packed with flakies and glitters. I applied the first coat as normal, and then on the second coat, I kind of just tried to fill in the spots left empty by the first coat to reach full opacity. Maybe there was a little visible nail line there, but it was not noticeable or prominent unless I was really, really looking for it. So I would say 2 coats would suit most people. I think on the third coat it might get a little bit thick, but maybe if you've got really long nails, that might work for you. So this is 2 coats with a glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. I definitely recommend a glitter smoother for this one. It's gonna dry down super textured with all of those glitters. And then I did wanna show you what it looked like as a topper because it does have a clear base, and a lot of painted polishes, clear base polishes topper very well. This one though is packed with glitters and flakies. I didn't love it as a topper. It was okay, maybe with a different base color, but I just wanted to show that off in case you were thinking the same thing. The hollow in here is out of this world sparkly. I think paired with the reflective glitters and the metallic flakes, this one is just so shiny and dazzling. I saw it and immediately thought like anti-Valentine's Day. Red and black is just such a good combination. And finally, from Stella Chroma, we have Jewels. This one is a medium gray Crelly with a strong yellow to orange to green shimmer and hollow flakes. It's going to be $13.50 and there will not be a cap. Jewels had a great formula. It was really smooth and even though it wasn't super opaque on that first coat, the coverage was really good, and I actually think I probably should have left it in 2. I got full opacity in 2, and I feel like it matched what I saw in the base color, but that third coat did plump it out a little bit and maybe made the base color a little bit stronger. So I would say between 2 or 3 coats depending on your application style and your nail length. This is 3 coats here with a glossy top coat, and this is another example of just being the perfect depiction of the inspiration. This is inspired by the maker Pam's German Shepherd, Dutch Shepherd, Jewels, and it looks just like her. It looks just like the inspiration photo, and I think it's so cool that makers can make polishes inspired by their dogs. I love that. The shifts in here were really pretty. Most of the time I got like that really pretty fiery coppery color, but then at extreme angles I got the gold and the green too, and it all popped so well against that gray base. So that's just a small look at what polishes will be available in this month's shop. Now let's take a look at this month's KBShimmer Sugar Scrub. So KBShimmer releases a sugar scrub that's available in each month's polish pickup shop. This month's is in the scent Cherry Almond. This almost 10-ounce jar of sugar scrub is going to be $11 and will be capped at 400 jars. If you've not tried KBShimmer Sugar Scrub before, a little bit about it. It's a wonderful product. I do receive it in PR, but I've also purchased many a sugar scrub. They're on the grittier side, so they're very effective, super fast acting, and are just great at sloughing off that dry, dead winter skin to leave behind skin that looks refreshed and nourished and hydrated. I like using them as part of my weekly manicure routine, but also incorporating them into my pedicure routine and using them on my legs before I shave. The scents are always spot on as well. I find that if I like the notes in the description, that I really enjoy the sugar scrub as well. So this month's scent is Cherry Almond, super nostalgic for me. Growing up, my mom always used Jergens Cherry Almond lotion, so that's immediately what came to mind for me with this scent. And I love the scent of that lotion, so I imagine I'm gonna really enjoy this. I think it's gonna be a perfect blend of like fruity and tart but sweet while still having that nutty component. I think it's gonna be really, really good. So I'm excited to try it. I have not yet, by the way. It's still in its protective seal to prevent it from leaking during transit. All right, let's open it and take a sniff. Oh, I just realized I have the flu and I can't smell that well. Oh no. Well, I don't think this is going to be super helpful then. I'm sorry. But I actually can smell it just a little bit. And I do think it's probably stronger than what I'm able to pick up on, but I smell the cherry and the almond, and it is very reminiscent of that Jergens lotion. But it smells like more authentic. Like the Jergens one, as much as I love it, smells a little artificial, and this one smells like truly there could be like something like a delicious cherry almond dessert in front of me and I'm smelling it. That being said, I do recommend it. I think it smells really good. So those are all the items I have to share with you that will be available in February's Polish Pickup Shop. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. What do you think of this theme? What polishes are calling your name? Are you gonna shop this month? Personally, I was really looking forward to this theme because I just imagined all of these like poisonous frogs and plants, and I thought, okay, we're gonna get some vivid colors. And those are my favorite. And the makers did not disappoint. I feel like we truly got such a beautiful array of colors this month. Some like intense, vibrant bases, but even like the more subdued base colors had ultra vibrant shimmers and magnetic pigments. They were all just really interesting, and I love the variety this month. So that being said, I keep like going back and forth with my favorites this month. It's not one of those months where I have one really clear-cut favorite, one standout. I kind of just keep going back and forth on all of them because honestly there are things I like about each one. But if I had to pick just like a few standouts, one would be Cadillacquer Child of the Ocean. This base color is so pretty. It's gorgeous in its warm state too, but in its cold state, oh my gosh, I didn't want to take it off. And the shimmer just pops beautifully. It's very sparkly, super glowy. This one was stunning. Cuticula Crown of Thorns, another super vibrant shade. I just couldn't say no. Like this tone of purple is just so eye-catching and vibrant and beautiful. This is incredible too. And then KBShimmer, Fear Me If You Dare. What? Like, I was so shocked when I magnetized that one and saw all of those colors. I had the best time taking that one around my house and getting all the photos and every lighting imaginable. It just was such a chameleon, constantly changing. Different colors would pop up. Everywhere you went, it's like a magnetic polish lover's dream. And even as someone who is not a magnetic nail polish lover, I still found it to be incredible. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What are you planning to grab? Whether I shared it with you in today's video or not. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. You can hype the video too, and I will see you next time. Bye!